Welcome, Jadon Sancho, to Aston Villa. Villa fans, if you are buzzing about this signing, make sure you are hitting that like button. Comment your thoughts on Sancho to Aston Villa and subscribe to the channel if you are new as well. I'm actually quite excited about this. I'm excited to see how this transfer plays out and how Jadon Sancho performs at Aston Villa. We've seen that a player before who was surplus to requirements at a certain club can come into Aston Villa, galvanise, play well, really enjoy his time at Villa, and then leave to go to a club like Barcelona. That shows how good of a loan spell Rashford's was at Aston Villa. Rashford would have put a good word in about Villa to Sancho. Sancho would have been excited. And I imagine he's really happy to be joining Aston Villa, a position that is crying out for someone with pace, skill, technique to be able to deliver for Aston Villa in the Premier League, whether that's left wing or right wing. He's very versatile. And I know that there'll be doubts around this move. Sancho's 25, flattered to deceive at Manchester United. But he actually performed pretty well at Chelsea last season. He got some good numbers that had put him fourth in Villa's output list last season. And if he can live up to his potential and perform and get on board and thrive at Aston Villa, then this loan spell could be absolutely fantastic. What's so good about the loan spell? Well, the fact that England have a World Cup at the end of the year. Any English international player that's English or has played for England that might not be in and around the system, if you have a standout season, then you are going to probably be on the plane to America for the World Cup. So that for Sancho is also added incentive to perform as well. So I am excited by it because he's 25. He's got to knuckle down. He's got to grow and he's got to listen to Unai and he's got to be coached by Unai. And I think he will help this squad. Will Sancho give those Villa players a lift by joining Aston Villa? 110%. That will look at a signing like Sancho and think, you know, the ambitions there. We're bringing in good top level players. So I think the fact that Sancho's coming is actually pretty good for Aston Villa. So if we have a look at his numbers then, I mean, you know, you've only got to go back to his time at Dortmund to see the numbers that he was producing in the 18-19 season, where he had a SofaScore rating of 7.2. And I know this is like a few years ago, but the ability's there. It's about having the right environment and unlocking him. He's not a bad player. He's at being at a car crash in Manchester United, and he went to Chelsea and did well and won a trophy and played minutes and contributed. So he can get on board with a good loan spell because we saw that at Chelsea. So 7.28, and he scored 12 goals with 14 assists. In the 17-18, he got 4 assists and 1 goal. His big season, 19-20, where he got 17 goals, 16 assists, and 2021, he got 8 and 11. And those numbers have decreased over the years, but it's about finding and unlocking the correct Sancho. Now, big elements to his game, because you cannot, when you're looking at footballers, you cannot just look at the goals and the assists. You've got to look at the numbers around the position that he plays in. So if we take a look at some key underlying numbers now, you'll start to paint a picture of the areas that he wants to get into and what's his output when he's in those areas. So, for example, we can see pass completion. He's in the top 12% of attacking midfielders and wingers within his position. Progressive carries, he's in the top 13%, 5.20 per 90. Progressive pass, this is received 11.48, and that's in the top 8% of players within his position. So that element is really good to his game as well. Pass completion is at 82.6% for a creative player. That is actually quite getting towards the high end numbers as well, which is really good. His short passing accuracy is good. Passes completed, passes blocks 1.22 per 90. So he's a player take-ons. We've got him in 4.95, successful take-ons 2.30, carries 33.32, carrying distance total 227.04. So penalty kicks one, he's in the top 4% for that. So that is good as well. So overall, I'm pretty excited about this transfer. I think he will bring a lot. And I think the question that I'll say is, does he improve Villa? The answer's not no. The answer's not no, guys. The answer's yes. So in that aspect, good deal, good deal. But what has he got to do? He's got to knuckle down. He's got to knuckle down, work hard, and be confident. And it also, and I've mentioned this all window, he's got that bit of arrogance that we're crying out for it. Someone with a bit of summit, a bit of swagger, arrogance, just to own it, and just sometimes just on the pitch, just be a bit of a, oh, you know what I'm trying to say. Just a bit spiky, a bit just arrogant, just go up to someone and just give him a little nudge on the shoulder, and he's got that about him. Like, he's got that about him. So that's something that we need as well. So yeah, happy with it. He adds pace, 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 pace is something that we've currently lacked as well. So I think it's a good signing. Villa fans, let me know your thoughts. Up the Villa.